A Woman's Business Organization Guide. Chapter 1. Women's Business Organizations 1. Women's Business/Work Organization Websites. If you're going into business, you might consider a mass mailing to women's organizations asking for general info to see what you get back. There are many women's trade and professional organizations for particular fields. Refer to the Encyclopedia of Associations, galegroup.com, or the National Trade and Professional Associations of the United States at your local library, columbiabooks.com. electrapages.com, list of women's businesses and organizations. euronet.nl/fullmoon/wom list/wom list.html, women's organizations. 9to5.org, 9 to 5, National Association of Working Women, 9 to 5, National Association of. AAUW.org, American Association of University Women. AAWCCNATL.org, American Association for Women in Community Colleges. AAWD.org, American Association of Women Dentists. ABWA.org, American Business Women's Association. ABWAHQ.org, American Business Women's Association. AdvancingWomen.com, Advancing Women. AFWA.org, Accounting and Financial Women's Alliance. AMWA-DOC.org, American Medical Women's Association. AMWA-DOC.org, American Medical Women's Association. APIW.org, Association for Professional Insurance Women. Association for Women in Communications. ASWA.org, American Society of Women Accountants, aswa.org/jobs/jobs.asp. athomemothers.com. AWA-LA.org, Association for Women in Architecture. AWC-HQ.org, Association for Women in Computing. AWG.org, Association for Women Geoscientists. awg.org/eas/jobweb.html, Association for Women Geoscientists Jobs. AWID.org, Association for Women in Development. AWIS.org, Association for Women in Science. awis.org/jobbank.cfm, Association for Women in Science Jobs. AWME.com, Association of Women in the Metal Industries. AWM-math.org, Association for Women in Mathematics. awm-math.org/ads.html, Association for Women in Mathematics Jobs. AWSCPA.org, American Women's Society of Certified Public Accountants. AWSCPA.org, American Women's Society of Certified Public Accountants. AWSMonline.org, Association for Women in Sports Media. BusyMoms.com. BluesYouAtMom.com. BPWCanada.com, Business and Professional Women Canada. BPWFoundation.org, Business and Professional Women. Careers.bpwusa.org, Business and Professional Women/USA Jobs. Careers.hbanet.org, Healthcare Business Women's Association Jobs. Careers.noel.org, National Association of Women Lawyers Jobs. Careers.swe.org, Society of Women Engineers Jobs. Careers.womeninaerospace.org, Women in Aerospace Jobs. CatalystWomen.org. CEDPA.org, Center for Development and Population Activities committed to improving the lives of women and girls worldwide. cms.math.ca/women, Women in Mathematics from the Canadian Mathematical Society. Coach.uoregon.edu, Committee on the Advancement of Women Chemists. CRA.org, Computing Research Association. CRLP.org, Center for Reproductive Rights. CSWS.uoregon.edu, Center for the Study of Women in Society, University of Oregon. DigitalWomen.com. dol.gov/wb, U.S. Department of Labor Women's Bureau. .com, Mommies.com. downtownwomensclub.com/DWC, Downtown Women's Club. MLSlist.org. en-parent.com. euga.com, Executive Women's Golf. eWomenMagazine.com, Enterprising Women Magazine. eWorkingWomen.com. FamiliesAndWork.org. FAMILIES-FIRST.com/homebis/news. Feminist.org, Feminist Career Center. Feminist.org, Feminist Majority Foundation. Feminist.org/911/jobs/joblisting.asp, Feminist Majority Foundation Jobs. FWA.org, Financial Women's Association. FWI.org, Financial Women International. GenerationMom.com. GlobalFundForWomen.org, Global Fund for Women supporting women's human rights organizations around the world. HBANET.org, Healthcare Business Women's Association. HBWM.com, Home-Based Working Moms. HBWM.com, Working Moms. HeroMoffice.com. HerPlanet.com. HerVenture.com. HipParents.org. HomeWorkingMom.com. HomeWorkingMom.com, Mother's Home Business Network. IAWM.org, International Alliance for Women in Music. IAWP.org, International Association of Women Police. IBM.com/smallbusiness/women. ICRW.org, International Center for Research on Women. IEEE.org/women, IEEE, Women in Engineering, WE. IWHC.org, International Women's Health Coalition. IWPR.org, Institute for Women's Policy Research. IWPR.org, Institute of Women's Policy Research. LWV.org, League of Women Voters. MainStreetMom.com. MBAWomen.org, National Association of Women MBAs. MomPreneursOnline.com, MomShelpMoms.com. MomsNetwork.com. MoneyMakingMommy.com. M-OO.com, Mother-Owned and Operated. NAFE.com, National Association for Female Executives. NAFE.com, National Association of Female Executives. NAPMW.org, the National Association of Professional Mortgage Women. NABO.org, National Association of Women Business Owners. NABO.org, National Association of Women Business Owners. NABO.org, Women Business Owners. NAWIC.org, National Association of Women in Construction. NAWIC.org, National Association of Women in Construction. NAWEL.org, National Association of Women Lawyers. NALI.com, National Association of Women Law Enforcement Executives. NCRW.org, National Council for Research on Women. NCWBA.org, National Conference of Women's Bar Associations. NCWIT.org, National Center for Women and Information Technology. NetCommerceEMag.com. Newswomen's Club NewYork.com, Newswomen's Club of New York. NFPW.org, National Federation of Press Women. NFRW.org, National Federation of Republican Women. NFWBO.org, Women Business Owners. NOW.org, National Organization of Women. NOW.org, National Organization for Women. NWHM.org, National Women's History Museum. NWLC.org, National Women's Law Center. NWPC.org, National Women's Political Caucus. NWSA.org, National Women's Studies Association. NYWICI.org, New York Women in Communications. OnlineWBC.org, Women. SBA.gov. SWE.org, Society of Women Engineers. SWE.org, Society of Women Engineers. SWE.org, the Society of Women Engineers. TheDabblingMom.com. Unifem.org, Unifem, the Women's Fund at the United Nations. It provides financial and technical assistance to innovative programs and strategies to foster women's empowerment. USWCC.org, U.S. Women's Chamber of Commerce. YM.com, Work at Home Moms. WCR.org, Women's Council of Realtors. Webgirls.com. WFPG.org, Women's Foreign Policy Group. Whitehouse.gov/issues/women, White House Council on Women and Girls. WICT.org, Women in Cable and Telecommunications. WICT.org/pages, Women in Cable and Telecommunications. WIFLE.org, Women in Federal Law Enforcement. WIHE.com, Women in Higher Education. WIIT.org, Women in International Trade. WiserWomen.org, Women's Institute for a Secure Retirement. WITI.com, Women in Technology International. WITI.meetup.com, Women in Technology. WITI4HIRE.com, Women in Technology. WOMCOM.org. WOMANS-WORK.com. WOMANS-WORK.com, Woman's Work. WomenBiz.gov. WomenChemists.sites.acs.org, Women Chemists Committee. WomenDentists.org, American Association of Women Dentists. WomenForHire.com/advice/career_resources, Women for Hire. WomenInAerospace.org, Women in Aerospace. WomenInc.org, 800-930-3993. WomenInPackaging.org, Women in Packaging. WomenInTechnology.com, Women in Technology. WomenOfWindEnergy.org, Women of Wind Energy. WomenZNews.org. Women'sForum.com. Women'sRetirement.org. WomenSurgeons.org, Association of Women Surgeons. WomenWork.org. WorkAtomyBooks.com. WorkingMother.com. WorkingWoman.com. WPR.com, Women's Professional Rodeo Association. Women Business Work Organization addresses. National Association of Women Business Owners. 1100 Wayne Avenue. Number 830. Washington, D.C. 20910. 301-608-2590. Fax, 301-495-4975. nfwbo@worldnet.att.net. nabo.org. nfwbo.org. Networking Support Organization, Monthly Magazine, Annual Membership Fee. The Business and Professional Women's Association. 1900 M Street, NW number 310. Washington, D.C. 20036. 202-293-1100. 800-525-3729. BPWUSA.org offers scholarships for disadvantaged U.S. women who want to further their education in order to advance in their careers or to re-enter the workforce. bls.gov/cps/wlf-databook.pdf, Women in the Labor Force, a Databook. Women's Info Resource Exchange. 1820 Gateway. Number 150. San Mateo, California 94404. 800-210-9999. Women.com. Online info service. About Women, Inc. 33 Broad St. Boston, Massachusetts 02109. 617-723-4337. American Agri Women. 11841 NMT Vernon, RD. Shannon, Illinois 61078. 815-864-2359. American Business Women's Association. 9100 Ward Parkway. Box 8728. Kansas City, Missouri 64114. 816-361-6900. 6621. abwahq.org. 90,000 member support organization, membership fee, bi-monthly Women in Business. American Home Business Association. 4505 South Wasatch Boulevard. SLC Utah 84124. 800-664-2422. Homebusiness.com. American Society of Women Accountants. 1755 Linfield Road. Memphis, Tennessee 38119. 800-326-2163. American Society of Professional and Executive Women. 1511 Walnut St. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19102. 215-563-4416. American Women in Enterprise. 71 Vanderbilt Avenue. Number 320. NYC 10169. 212-692-9100. American Women in Radio and Television. 1650 Tyson Boulevard. Number 200. McLean, Virginia 22102. 703-506-3290. American Women's Economic Development Corporation. 71 Vanderbilt Avenue. NYC 10169/. Long Beach, CA. 310-983-3747. 800-222-ODD. 800-422-ODD New York. Nonprofit organization offers education, annual membership fee. American Women's Society of CPAs. 401 North Michigan Avenue. Chicago, Illinois 60611. 800-297-2721. Association for Women Government Contractors. 1218 16th St. Northwest. Washington, D.C. 20036. 202-347-5195. Provides assistance for women to sell products to the government. Association for Women in Computing. 41 Sutter St. Number 1006. SF, California 94104. 415-905-4663. Association of Black Women Entrepreneurs. POB 49368. Law, California 90049. 213-624-8639. Association of Real Estate Women. 15 West 72nd St. NYC 10023. 212-799-6697. Association of Women Entrepreneurs. 1212 Lincoln Benefit Life Building. Lincoln, Nebraska 68508. 402-474-2058. Business and Professional Women. 2012 Massachusetts Avenue. NW. Washington, D.C. 20036. 202-293-1100. Fax, 202-861-0298. Business Women's Network. 1120 Connecticut Avenue. NW. Number 400. Washington, D.C. 20036. 800-48 Women. Catalyst 250 Park Avenue South. NYC 10003. 212-777-8900. Women at Work Publications. Center for Workforce Diversity. 300 Welsh Road. Building 4. Horsham, Pennsylvania 19044. 215-659-5911. Consulting Firm. Center for Women's Opportunities. American Association of Community and Junior Colleges. 1 DuPont Circle. NW. Washington, D.C. 202-293-7050. ed.gov. Courses and help at community colleges nationwide. Entrepreneurial Grant Program. Working Woman Magazine. 230 Park Avenue, NYC 10169. 212-551-9500. Some grants. Families and Work Institute. 330 7th Avenue, NYC 10001. 212-4665-2044. Publications. Federation of Organizations for Professional Women. 1825 Connecticut Avenue, NW. Number 403. Washington, D.C. 20009. 202-328-1415. Networking Organization. Female. Formerly employed mothers at the leading edge. epub 31. Elmhurst, Illinois 60126. 708-941-3553. Support group for career women who have left work to raise their children. Financial Women, Inc. 7910 Woodmont Avenue, number 1430. Bethesda, Maryland 20814. 301-657-8288. Financial Women International. 1027 West Roselawn Avenue, Roseville, Minnesota 55113651-487-7632fwi.org. Home-Based Business Women's Network. epub 681. Newburyport, Massachusetts 01950. Support organization with resources, referrals, and newsletter. Homeworking Mothers. Mothers Home Business Network. epub 423. E. Meadow, New York 11554. 516-997-7394. Organization which publishes inspirational quarterly newsletter for homeworking mothers. Institute for Professional Business Women. epub 2951. Shawnee Mission, Kansas 66201. 800-255-6139. Seminars. International Alliance of Professional and Executive Women's Networks. 8600 LaSalle Road, number 617. Baltimore, Maryland 21286. 410-472-4221. International Network of Women in Technology. 4641 Burnett Avenue, Sherman Oaks, California 91403. 818-990-6705. International Who's Who of Professional and Business Women. American Biographical Institute. 5126 Burr Oak Circle, Raleigh, North Carolina 27622. Fax 919-781-8712. They sell biographical directories. Investors Circle. 31 North Avenue, number 101. W. Chicago, Illinois 60185. 708-876-1101. Investors partial to women-owned businesses. Minorities and Women in Business PO Drawer 210. Burlington, North Carolina 27216. 919-229-1462. Newsletter. Mothers Home Business Network. epub 423. E. Meadows, New York 11554. 516-997-7394. National Association of Commission for Women. Reeves Center, number N354. 2000 14th St. Northwest, Washington, D.C. 20009. 800-338-9267. Umbrella Organization for Local and State Women's Organizations. National Association of At-Home Mothers. 400 East Buchanan Avenue, Fairfield, Iowa 52556. Fax 515-469-3068. 888-499-6821. Free resource catalog with many home employment type books. National Association of Insurance Women International. 6528 East 101st St. PMB number 750. Tulsa, Oklahoma 74133. NIW.org. National Association of Women Business Owners. 8405 Greensboro Drive. Number 800. McLean, Virginia 22102. NAWBO.org. National Association of Women Health Professionals. 175 West Jackson Boulevard. Number 1711. Chicago, Illinois 60604. 312-786-1468. National Association of Women in Construction. 327 South Adams St. Ft. Worth, Texas 76104. 800-552-3506. National Association of Women in Insurance. epub 4410. Tulsa, Oklahoma 74159. 800-766-6249. National Association of Working Women. 614 Superior Avenue, NW. Cleveland, Ohio 44113. 216-566-9308. 800-522-0925. National Association for Female Executives. 60 East 42nd St. Number 2700. NYC 10165. 800-634 NAIF. 800-927-6233. NAIF.com. NG Organization, Bi-monthly Magazine, Executive Female. National Association of Bank Women. 500 N Michigan. Chicago, Illinois 60611. 312-661-1700. For women bank officers to help women attain bank loans. National Association of Black Women Entrepreneurs. 10 Witherell St. Detroit, Michigan 48226. 313-963-8766. National Association of Women's Business Advocates. 100 W. Randolph. Number 3-400. Chicago, Illinois 60601. 312-814-7176. National Association of Women Business Owners. 1377 K St. N.W. Number 637. Washington, D.C. 20005. 301-608-2590. National Association of Women Business Owners / Los Angeles. 2410 Beverly Boulevard. Los Angeles, California 90057. 213-387-7432. National Businesswoman. National Federation of Business and Professional Women's Clubs. 2012 Massachusetts Avenue, NW. Washington, D.C. 20036. 202-293-1100. Quarterly Magazine for Working Women. National Business Women's Leadership Association. 6901 West 63rd St. Shawnee Mission, Kansas 66201. 800-258-7246. Seminars. National Chamber of Commerce for Women. 10 Waterside Plaza, NYC 10010. 212-685-3454. National Directory of Women-Owned Businesses. 4201 Connecticut Avenue, NW. Number 610. Washington, D.C. 20008. 800-845-8420. Get listed in this database for procurement contracts. National Council for Research on Women. 530 Broadway, 10th FL. NYC 10012. 212-274-0730. Information. National Council of Jewish Women. Work/Family Project. 53 West 23rd St NYC 10010. 212-645-4048. National Education Center for Women in Business. Seton Hill College. Seton Hill Drive. Greensburg, Pennsylvania 15601. 800 NACUB for you. Nonprofit Resource Center for Women Entrepreneurs. National Federation of Black Women Business Owners. 1500 Massachusetts Avenue. NW. Number 22. Washington, D.C. 20005. 202-833-3450. National Federation of Business and Professional Women's Clubs. 2012 Massachusetts Avenue. NW. Washington, D.C. 20036. 202-293-1100. National Foundation for Women Business Owners. 1100 Wayne Avenue. Number 830. Silver Spring, Maryland 20919. 301-495-4975. 800-55 NABO. NABO.org. National Network for Women's Employment. Number 300. 1625 K St. N.W. Washington, D.C. 20006. 202-467-6346. Fax, 202-467-5366. National Women's Economic Alliance Foundation. 1440 New York Avenue. NW. Number 300. Washington, D.C. 20036. 202-393-5257. Advocacy Network for Women in Business. National Women's Law Center. 1616 P. St. N.W. Washington, D.C. 20036. 202-328-5160. Now Legal Defense and Education Fund. 99 Hudson St. NYC 10013. 212-925-6635. Network of Enterprising Women Inc. POB 480, Midtown STA. NYC 10018. 212-502-1186. Nonprofit Networking Organization. Organization of Women in International Trade. 1377 K St. N.W. Number 857. Washington, D.C. 20005. 301-953-0676. Wider Opportunities for Women. 1325 G St. N.W. Lower Level. Washington, D.C. 20005-202-638-3143. WowOnline.org. Women in Advertising and Marketing. 4200 Wisconsin Avenue. NW. Number 106. Washington, D.C. 20016. 301-369-7400. Women Inc. 1401 21st St. Number 310. Sacramento, California 95814. 800-930-3993. Banking Resources for Women in Business. Women in Communications, Inc. 3717 Columbia Pike. Number 310. Arlington, Virginia 22204. 703-920-5555. 10,000 members and 200 chapters of this organization of women working in the communications field, bi-monthly magazine The Professional Communicator. Women in Franchising. 175 North Harbor Drive. Number 405. Chicago, Illinois 60601. 800-222-4943. 431-1467. Support and resources for women in business. Women in Management, Inc. epub 1032. Dundee, Illinois 60118. womonline.org. Women Business Owners Corp. 18 Encanto Drive, Palos Verdes, California 90274. 310-530-7500. Women Employed. 22 West Monroe St. Number 1400. Chicago, Illinois 60603-2505. 312-782-3902. Promotes economic equity for women. Women's Alliance for Job Equity. 1422 Chestnut St. Number 1100. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19102. 215-561-1873. Information on pay equity, sexual harassment, etc. Women's Business Resource Program. 77 South High St. 28th FL. Columbus, Ohio 43266. 800-848-1300. 614-466-4945. Information on all states business-wise. Women's Collateral Funding. 1616 Walnut St. Number 1010. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19103. Help with Financing. Women's Consumer Network. epub 3742. Washington, D.C. 20007. 888 WCN 2221. Newsletter and discounts. 800-229-5336, discounts on vitamins. Women'sConsumerNet.com. Women's Equity Fund. epub 17143. Boulder, Colorado 80308. 303-443-2626. Possible source of a loan. Women's Exchange. 37 Upway Road, Wellesley, Massachusetts 02181. 617-235-0035. Women's Business Organization. Women's Franchise Network. 1350 New York Avenue, NW. Number 900. Washington, D.C. 20005. 800-543-1038. Women's Funding Network. 1821 University Avenue. Number 409. St. Paul, Minnesota 55104. 612-641-0742. Grants to certain businesses. Women's Information Bank. 3918 West St. Northwest, Washington, D.C. 20007. 202-338-8163. Women in Technology International. 6345 Balboa Boulevard, Number 257, Encino, California 91316818342, 9746800, 334, WITI fax, 818-342-9895. support@corp.witi.com. witi.com. Women's Legal Defense Fund. 1875 Connecticut Avenue, NW. Number 710. Washington, D.C. 20009. 202-986-2600. Women's Policy, Inc. 409 112th St. Southwest, Number 705. Washington, D.C. 20024. 202-554-2323. Political Advocacy for Women. Women's World Banking. 8 West 40th St. 10th FL. NYC 10018. 212-768-8513. Working Parent Resource Center. N. Central Life Tower. 445 Minnesota St. St. Paul, MN 555101. 612-293-5330. Workplace options. 109 South Bloodworth St. Raleigh, North Carolina 27601. 800-874-9383. Consulting firm. Working Women's Institute. 593 Park Avenue, NYC 10021. 212-838-4420. Help for women, particularly with legal issues like sexual harassment. Working Women. 230 Park Avenue, NYC 10169. 800-234-9675. Monthly Magazine. State Displaced Homemakers Networks. The following are displaced homemakers networks and employment centers geared for women. They cater to single parents, divorced women, and any other women looking to better themselves through work. Check with your local YWCA for help with women's programs. If writing, preface your letter with Women's Employment Program. National Displaced Home Workers Directory. 1411 K St. NW number 930. Washington, D.C. 20005. 202-628-6767. For divorced or otherwise troubled women. Alabama. 2601 Carson Road, Birmingham, Alabama 35215. 205-867-4832. Alaska. 111 West 9th Avenue, Anchorage, Alaska 99501. 907-276-0528. Arizona. 1430 North 2nd St. Phoenix, Arizona 85004. 602-252-0918. Arkansas. 103 West Park, Bald Knob, Arkansas 72010. 501-724-6306. California. YWCA. 2600 Bancroft Way, Berkeley, California 94704. 415-848-6370. Colorado. 1245 East Colfax Avenue, number 404. Denver, Colorado 80218. 303-863-7817. Connecticut. YWCA. 753 Fairfield Avenue, Bridgeport, Connecticut 06604. 203-334-6154. Delaware. RT. 123 Box 548. Georgetown, Delaware 19947. 302-856-5325. DC, City of Washington. 1325 G St. NW, Washington, D.C. 20005. 202-638-3143. Florida. 15519 Clear Lake Road, Cocoa, Florida 32922. 407-632-1111. Georgia. RT. 12 Box 1273. Valdstoa, Georgia 31602. 912-333-2100. Hawaii. 4303 Diamond Head Road, number 103. Honolulu, Hawaii 96816. 808-734-9500. Idaho. YWCA. 720 West Washington St. Boise, Idaho 83702. 208-3366-7306. Illinois. 22 W Monroe number 1400. Chicago, Illinois 60603. 312-782-3902. Indiana. POG 1266. Bloomington, Indiana 47402. 332-3777. Iowa. Box 400. Kalmar, Iowa 52312. 319-562-3263. Kansas. 125S. 2nd Arkansas City, Kansas 67005. 316-442-0430. Kentucky. 226 West Breckin Ridge St. Louisville, Kentucky 40203. 502-581-7237. Louisiana. 7393 Florida Boulevard. Baton Rouge, Louisiana 70806. 504-925-6922. Maine. Stoddard House. University of Maine. Augusta, Maine 04330. 207-621-3440. Maryland. 167 Duke of Gloucester St. Annapolis, Maryland 21401. 301-2669-0378. Massachusetts. 34 Fallen St. Cambridge, Massachusetts 01238. 617-864-9097. Michigan. Pop 797. Alpena, Michigan 49707. 517-356-6569. Minnesota. 2700 University Avenue. Number 120. St. Paul, Minnesota 55114. 612-647-9961. Mississippi. 487 North Union Extension. Canton, Mississippi 39046. 601-859-3925. Missouri. 2601 Northeast Berry Road. Kansas City, Missouri 64156. 8166-437-3095. Montana. YWCA. 909 Wyoming Avenue. Billings, My 59101. 406-245-6879. Nebraska. YWCA. 234 E3rd. Grand Island, Nebraska 68801. 308-384-8170. Nevada. 2201 West Nye Lane. Carson City, Nevada 89703. 702-887-3000. New Hampshire. 2020 Riverside Drive. Berlin, New Hampshire 03584. 603-752-1113. New Jersey. 523 Lake Avenue. Asbury, PK, New Jersey 07712. 908-776-26668. New Mexico. 4001 Indian School Road. NE. Number 220. Albuquerque, New Mexico 87110. 505-841-4662. New York. 198 Broadway. Number 200. NYC 10038. 212-964-8934. North Carolina. POB 35009. Charlotte, North Carolina 28235. 704-342-6532. North Dakota. 214 W. Bowen. Bismarck, North Dakota 58504. 701-221-3791. Ohio. 147 Park St. Akron, Ohio 44308. 216-253-5142. Oklahoma. 1121 N. Spurgeon. Altus, Oklahoma 73521. 408-477-2439. Oregon. 6500 Pacific Boulevard. SW. Albany, Oregon 97321. 503-967-6112. Pennsylvania. 1500 4th Avenue. Altoona, Pennsylvania 16602. 814-946-8454. Rhode Island. 70 Metropolitan Avenue. Cranston, Rhode Island 02920. 401-785-0400. South Carolina. 165 St. Philip SST. POG 22132. Charleston, South Carolina 29413. 803-723-7138. South Dakota. 421 S. Maine. Aberdeen, South Dakota 57401. 605-622-2298. Tennessee. YWCA. 1608 Woodmont Boulevard. Nashville, Tennessee 37215. 615-269-9922. Texas. Amarillo College. POG 447. Amarillo, Texas 79178. 806-371-5450. Utah. 550 E300S. Kaysville, Utah 84037. 801-546-4134. Virginia. Poe Drawer 1127. Dublin, Virginia 24084. 703-674-3600-427. Washington. 1620 EP. Smith Drive. Aberdeen, Washington 98520. 206-532-9020. West Virginia. 601 Delaware Avenue. Charleston, West Virginia 25302. 304-345-1298. Wisconsin. POG 2277. Appleton, Wisconsin 54913. 414-735-5710. Wyoming. YWCA. POG 1667. Rock Springs, Wyoming 82902. 307-362-7923. Chapter 2. Women's Business Organizations 2. Women's Government Organizations. Office of Women's Business Ownership. US SBA Women's Business Owners Offices. 409 3rd St. Southwest. 6th FL. Washington, D.C. 20416. 800 U Ask SBA. 202-205-6673. Fax, 202-205-7230. Online wbc.org. Online wbc.gov. sbaonline.sba.gov/women in business. Business programs for women. They can set you up to meet with women business owners in your area. Links to over 100 educational resource centers designed to assist women Indiana starting and growing. Small businesses. Small Business Administration 409 3rd Street Southwest, Washington, D.C. 20416. 800 U Ask SBA. 800-827-5722. sba.gov. National Commission on Working Women. Number 916. 815 15th St. Northwest. Washington, D.C. 20005. 202-638-4885. 202-638-3143. Fax, 202-638-4885. Publications. National Women's Business Council. 409 3rd St. Southwest. Number 5850. Washington, D.C. 20416. 202-205-3850. General information. Service Corps of Retired Executives. Women's Business Program. 409 3rd St. Southwest. 6th FL. Washington, D.C. 20416. 202-205-6673. Score.org. Will pair a new business owner with a retired woman executive for help. U.S. Department of Labor. Women's Bureau. Work and Family Clearinghouse. 200 Constitution Avenue. NW. Number 53305. Washington, D.C. 20210. 800-827-5335. 202-219-4486. Fax, 202-219-55297. dol.gov/dol/wb. Work and Family Clearinghouse. U.S. Government Printing Office. Superintendent of Documents. Washington, D.C. 20402. 202-783-3238. access.gpo.gov/su_docs. Books, Women Business Owners, Selling to the Federal Government and a Directory of Federal Government Business Assistance Programs for Women, free. Women's Bureau. The Workforce Quality Clearinghouse. Department of Labor, Washington, D.C. 202-102-219-4486. 800-347-3741 dol.gov. Women Work. National Network for Women's Employment. Number 300. 1625 K St. N.W. Washington, D.C. 20006. 202-467-6346. U.S. DEPT of Labor Regional Women's Offices. Send for a list of free booklets for women in business and other assistance regarding labor and business matters. Women's Bureau. Office of the Secretary. U.S. Department of Labor. 200 Constitution Avenue. NW. Washington, D.C. 20210. 202-219-6652. dol.gov. JFK Federal Building. Number E270. Boston, Massachusetts 02230. 617-565-1988. Fax, 617-565-1986. 201 Varick St. Number 601. NYC 10014. 212-337-2389. Fax, 212-337-2394. 2450 Gateway Building. 3535 Market St. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19104. 800-379-9042. Fax, 215-596-0753. Federal Building. 61 Forsyth St. Southwest. Number 1795. Atlanta, Georgia 30303. 404-562-2336. Fax, 404-562-2413. 230 South Dearborn St. Number 1022. Chicago, Illinois 60604. 800-648-8183. Fax, 312-353-6986. Number 735 Federal Building. 525 Griffin St. Dallas, Texas 75202. 214-767-6985. Fax, 214-767-5418. Number 1230 Center City SQ. Building. 1100 Main St. KC, Missouri 64105. 800-252-4706. Fax, 816-426-6107. 1801 California St. Number 905. Denver, Colorado 80202. 800-299-0886. Fax 303-391-6752. 71 Stevenson St. Number 927. SF California 94105. 415-975-4750. Fax 415-975-4753. 1111 3rd Avenue. Number 885. Seattle, Washington 98101. 206-553-1534. Fax 206-553-5085. Women's Business Development Offices categorized by state. The offices listed here are a combination of state government and private offices geared to help women in business. Some may charge a moderate fee for their services. Your state might have a women's commission which can help you with general information. Office of Women's Business Ownership. SBA Women's Business Owners Offices. 409 3rd St. Southwest. 6th FL. Washington, D.C. 20416. 800 You Ask SBA. 202-205-6673. Fax 202-205-7230. sbaonline.sba.gov/womeninbusiness. Contact them for the address of the WBDO nearest to you. Alabama. State Women's Business Development Office. 1301 Azalea Road. Mobile, Alabama 36693. 205-660-2725. Arizona. State Women's Business Development Office. 1700 W Washington. Number 420. Phoenix, Arizona 85007. 602-542-1755. Arkansas. State Women's Business Development Office. 2923 Imperial Valley Drive. Little Rock, Arkansas 72212. 501-277-6644. California. American Women's Economic Development Corporation. 301 East Ocean Boulevard. Number 1010. Long Beach, California 90802. 213-983-3747. Fax 213-983-3750. State Women's Business Development Office. 1808 14th St. Number 100. Sacramento, California 95814. 916-322-5060. State Women's Business Development Office. 2392 Morse Avenue. Irvine, California 92714. 714-261-2325. West CO. Women's Economic Self-Sufficiency Program. 413 North State St. Ukiah, California 95482. 707-462-2348. Colorado. Mi Casa, Business Center for Women. 571 Galapago St. Denver, Colorado 80204. 303-573-1302. Fax 303-573-0422. State Women's Business Development Office. 999 18th St. Number 701. Denver, Colorado 80202. 303-292-7033. State Women's Business Development Office. 1625 Broadway. Number 1710. Denver, Colorado 80202. 303-892-3840. Connecticut. State Women's Business Development Office. 140 Garden St. MSG 26. Hartford, Connecticut 06154. 800-234-27 2865-1086/5073. D.C., City of Washington. American Women's Economic Development Corporation. 2445 M. St. N.W. Number 490. Washington, D.C. 20035. 202-857-0091. Fax, 202-223-2775. Florida. Florida International U. Miami, Florida 33199. 305-348-3951. Georgia. YMCA Women's Business Workshop. 957 North Highland Avenue. NE. Atlanta, Georgia 30306. 404-872-4747. Illinois. State Women's Business Development Office. 100 W. Randolph. Number 3-400. Chicago, Illinois 60601. 312-814-6111. State Women's Business Development Office. 230 S. Dearborn, St. Number 510. Chicago, Illinois 60604. 312-353-4252. Women's Business Development Center. 8S. Michigan Ave. Number 400. Chicago, Illinois 60603. 312-853-3477. Fax, 312-853-0145. Women's Economic Venture Enterprise. 229 16th St. Rock Island, Illinois 61201. 309-788-9793. Indiana. State Women's Business Development Office. 1N capital SST. Number 700. Indianapolis, Indiana 46204. 317-232-3393. Louisiana. State Women's Business Development Office. POB 94185. Baton Rouge, Louisiana 70804. 405-841-5242. Michigan. State Women's Business Development Office. 4th FL. Law Building. Box 30225. Lansing, Michigan 48909. 517-335-1835. Women Business Owners Development Team. 200 Renaissance Center. Number 1600. Detroit, Michigan 48243. 313-396-3576. Women Business Owners Development Team. 200 Ottawa, NW. Number 900. Grand Rapids, Michigan 49503. 616-458-4783. Minnesota. State Women's Business Development Office. Winona State U. Somson Hall. Winona, MN 559876. 507-334-3965. Women in New Development. POB 579. Bemidji, Minnesota 56601. 218-751-4631. Fax, 218-751-8452. Missouri. National Association of Women Business Owners. 911 Washington Avenue. Number 140. St. Louis, Missouri 63101. 314-621-6162. Nevada. State Women's Business Development Office. 2501 E. Sahara. Number 304. LV, Nevada 89158. 702-486-4506. New Mexico. Women's Economic Self-Sufficiency Team. 414 Silver Southwest. Albuquerque, New Mexico 87102. 505-848-4760. Women's Economic Self-Sufficiency Team. epub 1389. Taos, New Mexico 87571. 505-758-1161. New York. American Women's Economic Development Corporation. 641 Lexington Avenue. 9th FL. NYC 10022. 212-688-1900. Fax, 212-688-2718. Ohio State Women's Business Development Office. 77S. High St. 28th FL. Columbus, Ohio 43215. 614-466-4945. Women's Business Resource Organization. 1. President St. Athens, Ohio 45701. 614-593-0474. Fax, 614-593-1795. Women's Economic Assistance Ventures. 105 West North College. Yellow Springs, Ohio 45387. 513-767-2667. Fax, 513-767-1354. Oklahoma State Women's Business Development Office. 6601 Broadway Extension. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma 73116. 405-841-5242. Oregon State Women's Business Development Office. 5031 East Foothills Road. Lake Oswego, Oregon 97034. 503-790-7672. Pennsylvania State Women's Business Development Office. 462 Forum Building. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania 17120. 717-787-3339. Texas Center for Women's Business Enterprise. 1200 Smith St. 2800 Citicorp Building. Houston, Texas 77002. 713-658-0300. Center for Women's Business Enterprise. 301 Congress Avenue. Number 1000. Austin, TX 512-476-7501. Center for Women's Business Enterprise. 800 Interstate Bank Tower. Dallas, Texas 75202. 214-855-7300. Virginia epub 3604. Lynchburg, Virginia 24503. 804-528-9424. Wisconsin State Women's Business Development Office. 4101 Pennington. Racine, Wisconsin 53403. 414-554-8301. State Women's Business Development Office. 123 West Washington Avenue. epub 7970. Madison, Wisconsin 53707. 608-266-0593. Women's Business Initiative Corporation. 1020 N Broadway. Milwaukee, Wisconsin 53202. 414-277-7004.